My name is Marianne Saam, and I'm a head of program area at the ZBW Leibniz Information Center for Economics. We are the world's largest subject-specific library in economics, but also an infrastructure that does a lot of things beyond books. I'm also an economist. And before I show some slides, maybe just showing you our website of the Journal of Commons and Replications in Economics. It's a journal that other people have created, and then I joined when I came to ZBW 4.5 years ago. We are still a small journal. You can see here 2 publications from this year. You can also see that we invite original authors to publish, to send replies to replications and comments. We have published around 10 papers the year before, and again, it's not infrequent to also receive replies to these papers. To tell a bit more about how the journal was created and what we are currently doing now. Unfortunately, here it is, my screen sharing takes a minute, but here we go. Here's our website, jcre-econ.org. The initial idea of the project. Sorry, I'm frozen. This hasn't happened in a long time. Let's try once again, otherwise I have to talk without the slides because they were frozen on the screen. Okay. The initial idea and funding of JCRE goes back to a DFG, German Science Foundation project, together with DEW and Leuphana, and it had also a different concept and name at the time. Then we were able to secure funding by the Joachim Herz Foundation and had funding over 7 years for different development phases of the journal. In particular, managing editor position, as well as OJS support by ZBW. So OJS is an open source submission system we are using. When I'm saying managing editor now at a small journal, it is really a complex position that goes from strategy to copy editing that our current managing editor, Xuan Li, is still doing. The current funding by ZBW itself goes until April 2028. Currently, I'm optimistic that we will also be able to develop some perspective beyond. And I know funding is always difficult for this kind of journal, so I also want to point out what was important also to secure a complementary project by Volkswagen Foundation, in which we do things beyond this small journal. And this is also a reason why it's currently easy to continue to run this journal. Beyond the part-time managing editor, we have a student assistant supporting with check of the replication packages, and ZBW also provides the OJS hosting and support and services of our journal data archive. The journal data archive is a service for journals, and most of the data archive there come from other journals, but we can also use it for submissions and publications of JCRE. This is our current team, the editor Bob Reed from the University of Canterbury in New Zealand, Jan Markus and myself, and then Xuan Liu as a managing editor, and our data assistant, Jonathan Thea. The policies that we currently have were mainly developed for the launch of the predecessor journal in 2017, and then we had a relaunch in 2022. JCRE is published in Diamond Open Access. We do not have an explicit statement about our disciplinary boundaries, but typically papers would be from empirical quantitative economics. We haven't. I mean, my main issue is to attract submissions. We haven't reworked the editorial policy a lot in the past years. What we have added is a paragraph on using respectful tone and non-judgmental language. This may sound self-explanatory, but I found this also to be an issue with some of the submission we've received. I mean, some people are reluctant to publish replications, but some people also consider replications as an occasion to complain about other papers, and we find it important to frame replications in a different way. Here is how we define replications. This includes reproductions, but also robustness checks and generalizations. If authors are unable to reproduce original authors' findings, they have to include correspondence in the submission about attempts to resolve these discrepancies. Data and code must be submitted, and data, of course, only if they have a suitable license. We expect things to be push button reproducible, but they aren't always, and then our data assistant helps resolving these issues. We also publish comments, but we only accept comments that have been rejected at the journal of the original papers. We've published about 50 papers, mostly replications, but also comments. Most original studies appeared in top or good economics journals. Some appeared outside economics. Few papers are pure reproductions. Most papers use some additional data or method. Yeah, we are a small journal, but still in terms of number of replications in economics and finance we published, we are one of the most important ones, because most journals publish no or few replications. An issue is that articles have not had so many citations so far. What are we currently doing? Since the beginning, we have been offering courses on reproducibility in economics and management. What is more, our focus currently is increasing submissions by reaching out to authors, for example, of economics papers in the Institute for Replication discussion paper series, also to co-authors of meta studies who may want to publish their individual contribution additionally. And we are also contacting graduate programs to encourage student submissions. It's also important for us to network and to spread the word about replications in the discipline and beyond. Here is a paper together with Lucas and two other co-authors that is mostly with the perspective of economics and psychology, but I hope that we were able here to make the case for dedicated replication journals also beyond these two disciplines. Thank you for your attention.